And on to matters security. In the recent past, the country has been facing a lot of issues in regards to this particular item that I've just mentioned, and that is security. However, with the shakeup that was experienced as at yesterday, Kenyans perhaps have a feeling that the country's government is keen on keeping their security. The Intelligence Chief Major General Michael Gichangi resigned. The Interior Principal Secretary Mutai Ringo swapped places with his defense counterpart, Ambassador Monica Juma. Well, we engage a security analyst to find out just what this means for the country as far as security is concerned.
Security crisis has been a headache to the Jubilee government. The country has been struggling with both internal and external attacks. About a year ago, Kenyans saw mourning after terrorists attacked the Westgate Mall in one of the most dreaded terror attacks in Kenya. The killings in Lamu left many shocked as the enemy within struck. During these attacks, the government ruled out the possibility of a terror attack. These attacks have made many people to question the capability of the two ministries entrusted with the security of the country, with many calling for resignation of the top security chiefs. Security analyst Mr. Peter Mbai says that there is more than what meets the eye as far as NIS boss resignation is concerned.
Of Gichangi as an internal dialogue, because if you recall, for the last almost 2 to 3 years, and even after the post-election violence, some part of the country or some part of the people have been calling, particularly the opposition, have been calling for his resignation. And there has been also question as to whether he has performed effectively. In his own position, he has always persistent and insistent he has provided adequate information, but the action has been very limited.
And as Mbai puts it, the entry of the new PS in the Ministry of Interior is already full. Dr. Monica Juma, the PS has a lot to deliver to Kenyans.
Defense level, what we are looking for is international security. We are having a challenge in terms of our external threats, particularly with attacks, which have been very constant in the last 2 years. And then internally, there are so many issues also which relate to insecurity, national security. We've been having, for example, community-related conflict in Mombasa, like in Peketoni. The Lamu has been almost a permanent case.
With the change of guard, many things are expected to change. One of the key things that many people will be looking for is the coordination between the National Intelligence Service and the Ministry of Interior in handling intelligence reports.
In any country, whenever there are crises, the first question comes to the intelligence. In 2 levels, you ask, is the information that is provided adequate in terms of research? And then the second, you ask, is it possible to implement? So you find these 2 questions have been very constant in the country. And the question is, if it has been adequate, how come then the country has been slightly late to control the crime? Secondly, if it has been adequate to implement, how come that we've not been able to arrest adequately all the suspects we are constantly informed that are attacking the country?
The departure of Major General Gichangi and Mutai Ringo also complete the replacement of security establishment inherited from the previous government and significantly consolidates the influence of the sole survivor, General Julius Karangi, and the Chief of Defense Forces.